Shalom. Hold on, let me. All right, go start over here. Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. And honors and salutations to the Akim of Great Millstone and brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing out this word and truth. All right. And to the families of the men of the Lord, wish you a shalom as well. It's going to be a quick sit down, okay? The Passover is upon us. All right. Passover starts on March 23rd, sundown. On March 23rd, sundown. Okay? All right. So if you want to, you can pause. In Salakia, when I took the picture, it was kind of, I don't know, it was blurry. But you should still be able to see it. All right. This is just a list for modern names for 11. All right. Okay. So, after the Passover, which is also a Shabbat, the same rules of a Shabbat, a Sabbath, is applied to the Passover, okay? And then after that, you got the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay? All right, so this is the list. You can pause it or write it down or screenshot it. All right, this is just to help the elect, keep the Passover to the best of their ability and perfect, okay? So let's get to this. All right. They say school closures and emergency declarations ahead of the April 8th solar eclipse. Okay. So this is major. This is major. Okay. And I got this from the brother Yaram, Yah, servant of Yahweh Shah. Okay. It's a lot. The reason why I sound like this, I just got off of being slightly sick. All right, but I'm good. All right, and I also want to get this video from the brother as well. Okay, so this Passover may very well be the last Passover. Okay. And we understand the history behind the Passover and the significance of it, okay? The Passover, it represents two things, okay? What Yahweh Shai did for us, all right, in according to Revelation 5 and 5, all right? All right, and Yahweh Shai shedding his body, his blood, all right? Which it was prophesied for him to do that, okay? Being that ultimate sacrifice, all right, that Lamb of the Most High, all right. So call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah. So we're gonna always honor Yahweh Shah for being that ultimate sacrifice, all right. And if it wasn't for Yahweh Shah being that ultimate sacrifice, all right, we wouldn't have that Holy Spirit, that Comforter today. Okay, we wouldn't have the Comforter today. We wouldn't have the understanding, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding today, all right? And according to Baruch 2:30, all right, we wouldn't be able to be adopted back to Yahweh Shema Shah, okay? And the forgiveness of sins, grace, and all those different things, okay? And also, the Passover represents us, the Exodus, us coming out of ancient Egypt, okay? Us coming out of ancient Egypt, all right? Okay, and it was serious. The Passover is very serious. The Passover, okay, the Lord judged the ancient Egyptians. All right, those Hamites. The Lord destroyed their ass. Okay, He sent the 10 plagues. All right, and we know about the death of the firstborn. Salakia. We know about the death of the firstborns, all right? So the point is, the Passover is serious, And I can honestly say, since I've been in this truth, all right, you know, it's been a pattern. It's been a pattern with the Passover, okay? So literally, every single Passover, something major happens. Something major happens. I'm not lying. Something major happens within the. It's either something major happened within the camps, you know, within one of the camps, or you know, just some major prophecy happens. Okay. You know, so we got to make sure we keeping our garments clean, all right, unspotted from the world. Okay. So this also a warning to the elect. Okay, and I'm gonna get this video and pull some precepts and close out. You know, but this is just a warning to the elect. All right, and I definitely want to get that precept. Let me get it right quick before I forget it. Here you go. It says it twice. First Corinthians 5 and 6. 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leavening leaveneth the whole lump? Okay. In Galatians 5 and 9. Galatians 5 and 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. All right. And guess what? You want to purge. You want to purge that little leavening. Whatever old man, you know, bad habits, you know, whatever it is that's hindering your walk in this faith, all right? And you're supposed to understand what's wrong with you, okay? You know, especially if you're a seasoned brother in the faith, you got to understand your weaknesses. I know my weaknesses. You know, I know my weaknesses by heart. I can easily tell you all my weaknesses. Okay? So we got to be able to purge our weaknesses. You know, you got to get stronger in this faith. You have to grow. If you're not improving, you're going to fall. You're going to fall, okay, if you're not improving. You can't stay the same. I repeat, you cannot stay the same in this truth, all right? You know, if X amount of years pass by and you still the same guy that just came into the truth, you know, his first year, if you still the same guy, and that's not all about it's not all about just growing in wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You got to get better, all right? As a man, as a brother, you know, you got to improve in all aspects of life, okay? It's Psalms 51. Let's see. Okay. Here you go. It's Psalms 51 and 2. Psalms 51 and 2. I'm going to be bouncing around in there. So it say, wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Okay? Verse 7. Psalms 51 and 7. Ooh, let me start at 6. All right? Behold, thou didst, Salaki. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, your mind. The Lord watches your mind, okay? All right, you can be smart on the outside, all right? You can be smart on the outside, okay? You can be a nerd, you know, claim to be a nerd on the outside, right? But it say, behold, thou desires truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom, okay? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all right? Comprehension, all that different stuff. Discernment, it comes from Yahweh Shema Shah, okay? So being smart comes from Yahweh Shema Shah, okay? So the Lord is always looking at our mind. Our mind can't be carnal. Our minds can't be carnal. It can't be on the low vibration. Okay? We have to dance to the Lord beat. We have to have that new song in our minds. All right? We have to think according to the scriptures. Okay? We can't and the Lord like it's, we it's we always say this, but and it's with all respect and nothing but love, But the Lord is messy. The Lord is messy, not in a bad way. Like the Lord, He allows things to happen to expose people. Okay, that's what I mean. Yahweh Shema Shah allows things to happen to expose people, And 2/3, they spiritually dead. They don't understand why things happen when they happen. All right, and scoffers don't understand it, But spiritual men and spiritual men of Yahweh Shema Shah, they completely understand it. They're like, yeah, the Lord had that happen for a reason, So yeah, the Lord is everything done in the dark will come to the light. Okay. All right. So it says, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Okay. And that's what we pray for, and that's what we strive for. Okay. You can't just pray for your weaknesses. Like one of your weaknesses may be pride or ego. You may be have an ego problem. Okay. You can't just pray about it and just don't work on it. You got to actually, you're going to still be in situations are still going to come your way where you have to exercise humility and being humble and meek. All right? But guess what? If you're not humbling down in those situations, if you still being proudful and have boasting your ego, guess what? You never changed. You never changed. You never grew from that old man when you first came into the truth. Okay? All right? So we have to grow. Let this Passover be motivation and inspire you to grow. All right? Let me get that all scriptures. Instruction in righteousness. All right. So there's 2 Timothy 3, and I'm gonna start at 16. I'm gonna start at 14. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 12. Okay. And this probably be the last precept I get, and then I'm gonna get that video for y'all. Then I'm gonna close out, okay? And I've been the Lord also. I wanted to do a sit down on prayer because I know Akim and Aquaps out there, whoever watch me, you don't know my situation because I normally post a video every single day. All right. For like a couple months, I've been on fire, and that's just through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. And I'm just trying to keep that going, okay? Every brother in this faith, we want to be perfect. We're not doing it for people. We're not doing it for eyes and ears and mouths. We're not doing it for attention. We sincerely want to be consistent. We love being consistent, all right? This is our purpose in life, okay? So there's 2 Timothy 3. And when you being consistent, it make you feel good, all right? You feel fulfilled, okay? You feel like, you're doing your job, all right? And you get to go home and sleep well at night, okay? There's 2 Timothy 3 and 12. It say, yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Okay? And after this Passover, guess what? More demons is going to come on this earth. All right? Yahweh Shema Shai is going to unleash more demons. It's about to get more evil out here. All right? So you about to see guys that's not you about to see guys that's not right in the spirit. Okay? The Lord is about to, start sifting. Okay? The Lord is about to start sifting and making chess moves. Okay? So we don't want to be a part of that. Okay? Whether it's persecution that make you leave the truth or whatever, a breakdown, or it can be a family issue, whatever it is, okay? You don't want nothing to sift you out this truth, okay? And it's a spiritual war, all right? It's a war in your mind, okay? We constantly trying to keep our integrity and keep our sanity in Yahweh Shema Shah, all right? Okay? Fight the good fight of faith. So, because everything that's going to happen in your life is trying to take you off that straight path, okay? That's all it is. It's trying to take you off that straight path, and have you doing some other shit, that's not edifying, all right? And it's not good for your soul, for you nor the people who listen, all right? The Lord say, let all things be done for edifying, all right? Because this truth is all about Yahweh Shah, all right? So when we get on here, we represent Yahweh Shah, all right? Off and on camera, we represent Yahweh Shah, okay? All right? And you gotta sincerely love your brother in this faith, in this truth. Who is my brother, my sister, my mother? Those that do the will of Yahweh. That's what Yahweh Shah said. So those that's in the name of Yahweh by Shema Shah and teaching, all right, and under that umbrella, okay, you gotta love them, all right, and you gotta respect them, okay. All right. So it says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Okay? And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Okay? So this is the key. We on the right path. We on the right path. You just gotta endure. It's not gonna be easy. All right. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But guess what? Yahweh Shema Shah always make a way for his elect. Okay. We gotta go through this the same way we gotta go through Jacob's trouble with the rest of the world. Okay. Yes, we got to go through. We basically, the elect are main characters in a movie. Just how, like, you watch The Walking Dead. You notice, like, some of the main characters never die. They come close. They come close to danger and evil. All right. And sometimes they're in the, it seems like they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, but they always escape. Okay. So that's how Yahweh Shema Shah is for his elect. The Lord always provides us a way out, even when it is no way out, okay? So we just got to have faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, because we got to experience and go through everything just like the world, all right? I'm gonna have to call him back. Shit. But yeah, I do gotta work. I do gotta work this morning. But I needed to get this sit down in though. I'm gonna call his ass back. All right. So yeah, a lot of things is gonna happen in our life. Okay. that try to do exactly that. All right, they try to pull you out this truth, but you just got to endure it. Whether you get into it with a brother or anything, you still have to remain spiritual, still have to keep the scriptures, do what the scriptures tell us to do, all right? And that's just it. Endure all things for the elect's sake, okay? It say all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. Okay? Yeah, so the scripture is supposed to help you. The scripture is supposed to help you and guide you, all right? And you're supposed to live accordingly, all right? As long as you holding fast to these scriptures and trusting in these scriptures of Yahweh Shema Shah, you'll never fail, okay? That the man of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works, okay? So we got to make sure we doing that, okay? Got to. All right? These scriptures is here to help us, all right? Don't ignore them. All right, let me get the brother, where he at? Here you go. I'm going on this brother page right here, get this video.
He said the day after the eclipse, people might be acting animalistic is what they said inside of the Homeland Security meeting. Hence, we get back to the biological attack. He said they might have to get medical attention if people start acting animalistic. So the behavior we're looking for is people acting animalistic post them dispersing whatever the biological scenario is. That's strange though. Acting animalistic, he also said it could be to do with the biological event or it could be drugs, but I'm thinking that it's part of the biological event. Now, what else he said? He said that during the solar eclipse, they also said in this Homeland Security meeting, and by the way, this is the meeting I'm talking about right here. Obviously, the dates was from March 14 and 15. I'm giving you the information now from him inside of that meeting. Blurred out some of that information he did for sensitive purposes. So check out the next big part of what I'm about to tell you though. Not only people acting animalistic, but he said during the solar eclipse, they talked about in this meeting, people having seizures and collapsing is a potentiality during the solar eclipse. And I'm like, or it does sound more like it's biological. I showed you the last video, the FBI was going and they were basically saying like, oh, well, if there might be something put in somebody's milk. And they were saying like they were doing biological drills in Colorado. So it gets even stranger from there. We're going to go deeper here into all of this scenario for you. What he said next to me was that only when communications go down, they all have to meet at a central location, and they want FEMA to take over and have law enforcement involved. Which my source, he said he don't trust FEMA at all, and I was like, yeah, I don't trust FEMA either. Now, this next part I gotta tell you is really wild because like you go into thinking about all the predictive programming they showed us. This is what he said. He said more electrical companies, he went out and asked about this. He's seen the electrical companies, just like some of y'all said y'all seen. Their deadline is April 7th. They're upgrading. He said he talked to contractors. They're upgrading the black tarp and they're putting wires and all these boxes in and stuff like that. Their deadline is April 7th. That lines up before this event perfectly. And another thing that's really important here that I'm about to tell you, that the martial law part. So when we get into the martial law part, you got to listen to this part because they talk about going door to door, the vaccine and stuff like that, anti-vax people. But it's not just that, and obviously everybody on the list I mentioned, anti-vaccine, anti-government, prepper, Trump supporter. But when he went into this next part, he said, look, they're going to have some type of a dome that they're going to try to put over populations. Because he said they don't have to use force for martial law. This is what he said. So let's look at the notes I wrote down here. He said they're going to have to set up command centers, and then he said put domes over large populations over multiple areas. I was like, you talking about like a dome over him? Like, you know, a quarantine dome? He was like, yeah. I don't know if he's saying like multiple domes, but he's saying like the technology exists already. I already know it. I looked up multiple different times, and they've showed us in Simpsons predictive programming, they've showed us in a lot of predictive programming in movies that they put a dome for quarantine over a city. The stuff already exists. He said that's what inside this meeting they were freaking talking about. So that sounds like so wild. I know you're like, what? I mean, come on, I can't get behind that. But this is somebody who actually went there. In the beginning of the video, I showed you exactly what the meeting was. Also, I'm going to be talking about how hundreds of thousands of people, they're going to be biologically dispersed upon. This is the supposed scenario, which the military has been doing drills and all this stuff with CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. They're going to be in Oklahoma. Now check this out. In 2017, you know how we're talking about right now, biological scenario? They put bacteria on the solar eclipse balloons. So what is our potential area that these bacteria, the biological stuff could be coming from? Is definitely the balloons. And we found out information on our own to look into where will these balloons be released. And they have tracking technology on them as well. That's another thing he talked about with communications. He said, during the communication, he said, only during martial law will people not be able to communicate. They will have FEMA wanting to take over. And FEMA, he said, is dealing with all the training right now for law enforcement and everything else in the disaster scenarios. He said Starlink will be used for law enforcement, not for the public. So obviously Elon Musk is Starlinks, and he said they're going to be surveillance technology. And during the solar eclipse, they're going to be looking down at you anyway because they already have the balloons. They're going to float.
There's going to be trouble. Trouble. Watch out there now. Think it's a game?
All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is serious. This is serious. Jacob's trouble is upon us. Jacob's trouble is upon us. Okay. We already know the things that happen, you know, during, before, during, and after the Passover, okay? So the Passover is a solemn assembly, okay? The Passover is to be taken serious. You know, if you got to do some soul searching before, all right, you better do it. March 23rd to March 30th, all right? Have your boots on. All right, when you're keeping the Passover, you should be fully dressed, shoes on, okay? Martial law can start on the Passover, okay? So, yeah, we got to make sure we're ready. Make sure you're trusting in Yahweh Shema Shah, all right? And with that, I want to end it and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Harakat Badash. Double honors to the elder apostles, Great Millstone. And honors and salutations to the brother, Great Millstone, pushing out this word and truth. And the brothers that's cleaving to the body, teaching the same as the body. All right? One body, one sound, one beat. All right? One band. All right? And to the families, all right, of the elect, wish you a shalom as well.